Hey there. So, I wanted to explain MAXI super basically. To cut to the chase, holding MAXI is effectively like owning a percentage of a maximum length, very large hex stake. Now, in hex, you know that there are liquid holders and there are stakers. Liquid holders, they don't make more hex, they stay the same, and the total supply of hex increases, they get diluted. Stakers, they earn more hex over time as the supply increases, but they can't sell. Now with Maxi, just think of it as owning a percentage of a stake, right? So at the beginning, when the Maxi stake started, it's an ongoing stake. It's about 1.5 years in of the 15-year term. But when the stake started, people put in, all kinds of people who don't even know each other, they put in hex into the stake, into the contract, and that hex was staked in a massive sharp position, max length 15.2 year stake. And those people that put in hex to the stake, they received a kind of a coupon representing their one hex. So they received one maxi per hex that they put in, representing the principal of that stake. So one hex equals one maxi. So in other words, the entire principal of that hex stake equals the total supply of the maxi token. There's around, it's around 270 million tokens. So if you own half of the total supply, say, 100 and, 135. Man, it's getting to the end of my day here. So hard to do mental maths, but yeah, so 135 million tokens, then you'd own half of the stake effectively, right? And this is super cool because, as you know, when you stake in hex, you can't just split it in half, right? But with Maxi, you can now own a percentage of a hex stake. So the percentage of the total hex stake, as I mentioned, then you own a number of Maxi coins, right? If you owned one Maxi, you would just do 1 divided by 270 million tokens, and that's your percent times 100. That's your percentage share in the system, whatever that works out to be. I'm not going to try that one. So what happens at the end, right? Like, first I want to mention that Maxi is kind of like a McDonald's receipt, right? So when you order at McDonald's, you're kind of putting, your order in. They've received your order. Takes a while to process and cook, and everything needs to get ready. And then when the steak ends, when your order is ready, you turn up with your receipt. They need to check that number to make sure that you get the right amount of, get your Coke Zero, get your Big Mac, whatever, and then you get what you're entitled to. Now, the only difference with Maxi is it's a smart contract. It's an ERC20 token, and it's immutable, no admin keys. So you are guaranteed to get back your order, right? There's no mistakes. Like, sometimes you get mistakes at McDonald's, right? And you get the wrong you get the wrong drink. With Maxi, you're entitled to... Now, how does the redemption work? The really cool thing, and I think this is super innovative with Maxi, is, as I mentioned before, at the beginning, there was a mint phase of 1 hex for 1 Maxi. But wait a second, as time goes on, the stake has gone from this size and it's grown over time to this size. So how does it know how much hex I need now? Because it's not just the principal that I need. I need the interest and my principal. Well, all it does is it just compares, when you redeem your Maxi for your hex, it just compares the total principal and interest that the stake has now compared to the total supply of Maxi, and it just gives you your fair share. So if you own 135 million tokens, 50% of the Maxi supply, you're going to get 50% of the principal and 50% of the interest. if you own one MAXI token, you're going to get 1 divided by 270 million times the total principal plus interest of the stake at end. So I hope that explains a bit more about how MAXI works. It's just a coupon, and you turn up at the end of the stake and you redeem your principal and interest. And so it's really cool. That is what it is. Now there's a bunch of reasons why this coupon kind of system exists. Check out one of my other videos as to understand like why bother go through this whole process, but it's really worth it. But this is actually like how it works, right? So thanks for watching and speak soon.